Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video...
Well Phil, yes, it is that time again where we need to look into the progress made on Longford farms across the last 7 days, and it's been a lot of new stuff actually, not really transferring over too much in terms of textures or buildings, but we've actually been placing buildings that have yet to be on here and modelling ground that we haven't even been in yet. So we're at the very northeast corner of Longford now. And it's a residential area. You'll see we've got buildings on either side. They are in, and there'll be a little bit of a touch-up, but for the most part, they're looking pretty good. And then we're starting to get a bit more of the field work done as well. So over there, behind that clump of trees, really, is where you'll find Longford Farm itself. So it's kind of down that way. And so there's still a bit of field work to do in the middle there, but like I say, that is mainly just field work, to be honest. That's not too much of a great shake. I'm not too concerned about that. But up here where we are now has been just a lot of work. There's a lot of new features that will come into here as well. And we've really kind of fleshed it all out. So as we go down here, you'll see that the whole east border is now pretty much done, which is good. A few other trees and things to put in places. But I'm really pleased just to have us here and be ready to go, which is great. So there's a few little decorative fields up here, boundary edge fields, easy for me to say. Don't really have too much going on for them. That's just a bit of a waste ground through there, but this will be a big field here that we'll get all marked in and good to go. And we're going to have a look now. We're going to drive down. We're going to look into, go past a few new buildings. There's going to be a new sell point. There's going to be a new barn in there as well. And then we'll have a look into the animal dealers as well, which are all being modelled in and ready to go. So let's get ourselves away. Now what we'll do is just to show you what we've kind of been working with here is put in a little bit of a post now as well of the Google Maps. Show you what this looks like here and show you how similar it is. I have actually found a texture I like a little bit better for this wall to make it a little bit darker, so I'll probably put that in. And then we need to put the borders on here, but essentially that's all it is. That's looking good. And that's just the decorative shed down there as well. But yeah, let's get ourselves on for a bit of a drive here and see what else we can find on the way down. Now I am using the mouse and keyboard here, so my driving will probably be all over the place. But you'll see from here you can have a bit of a height. You've got this the valley, or like kind of the rolling hill that dips down. The grey that you see there between here and the trees over there, that is essentially the bottoms all along there. So that we'll have to get that all mapped in. A lot of that will be farmable fields as well. And then those two white buildings on the very far ground there, you can see are on the edge of where the farm shop is, or where the store is, sorry. So that's where you'll go and get your machines from. And driving down is also a bale sell point up there too. So we've made quite a bit of progress here. I'm really pleased with how it's coming along actually there. And we've, yes, the hedges are intentionally different heights here because according to Google Street View at least that is how it looks as well. So we will keep it with that one. On our right here, this is just a regular old building. Just a house there, decorative house. Now in here, we have, this is where it changes a little bit from the map as well, because this field here is all just one big house. It's this house in the corner. Now, I couldn't find the textures. This house is actually made of like a slight grey stone, which I didn't have, so I've changed it a little bit to be something different. I might change it again. We'll see how it fits. I don't really like the roof there at the moment, but I might change that one. But yeah, that's why it looks a little bit different here now. So this house is here. What I've decided to do is, because there weren't quite enough for my liking, is put another sell point into here. So this will be like a little sawmill sell point kind of thing. The trigger will go into here. You'll be able to sell anything here. It'll just be something a little bit different is all. So that is why that is in here as well. So, but yeah, just another option there. Give you a little bit more variety and variation in where to sell things. Because right now, aside from this, you've got the BGA. You'll have the farm shop, which is we'll discuss later on. And then there will be the garden centre, and that's it really. So that's only 3, so having a 4th in there will be worthwhile. You can just hear as well. Sound effects have been put in place as well, so you get some birds in there and water in the right places. So that's a nice little add-on to have. So back into the little buggy, but anyway, yeah, like I say, just decorative houses. These houses were made actually on a different computer whilst I was waiting for my gaming rig to arrive. So I was able to get a bit of that work done and get things up to scratch. Learned a little bit more about making houses along the way as well. It's not my priority, I must say, when it comes to map building there. I recognise, of course, though, that it does add that level of immersion, so we'll make it work where we can. And then we've got this lovely little sweeping road down here. That's another grass field there. This on the right will be all grassland, all farmable fields as well, with the nice dips and bends and hollows in there as well. You got another very nice house in there. That's a bit of a bigger house there with a garage, and just when you look at the maps, these houses have a huge amount of land with them. Really, really big. And then we come into here. There's another big house. Whoop. Right over here, another ginormous house with a huge garden. And then a little derelict building here. This is actually a road that shoots off to a different town. But of course we're not going over there. We're going to go down here. And, well, this is where we run into a little bit of variation, let's say. Because we need to have an animal dealership. Obviously, the game needs to have one. You need to have that feature to function properly. And there isn't one in Longford within the perimeter of the map that we're using here. However, there is one in Longford, and it is Longford and Westmeath, I believe. And that's this one. It's the same build and design, really. I'll put a picture from Street View in here as well so you can kind of see. But yeah, it's kind of, it's made to look as realistic as I can to it, really. And yeah, obviously, when you're building a map, you have to kind of make some changes and put some things in for the nature of the gameplay, and that's one of these examples, but I think it fits pretty well anyway. So it's in the corner, it's nestled in there, and it's got good access in as well. So, and as luck would have it, someone left a Massey here for us. So we're going to jump on into that. Just tootle around the corner here, so to get your, to fill up your trailers or to buy your livestock, you're going to come all the way around the corner. You're going to zip on over to here. Learned my lesson from the Northern Farms and changed up the sell point so it works a little bit differently. But when you come on in, we're going to buy, I don't know, what does it matter, 6 of those, because that's all this trailer will take. Perfect. And then, as you can see, really with the store itself, there isn't much to it. It's just some pens and a shed. But yeah, it's enough for what you need. You can come here and buy your livestock. And then you're good to get out of here. Plenty of turn circle space as well if you're coming in with bigger trucks and trailers. And then away you go. Now we're going to just take this back down to the barn. And we'll see how we get set up along here. We've been doing a little bit of varying work here just so we don't get stuck in the same thing, because it does get quite tedious if you're stuck like placing hedges or, you know, doing the same landscaping work. So we'll mix up a little bit, do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There's no gates in here really at the moment, or certainly none that are working. They're all going to get removed and then re-added in properly. And we're finishing up a few different things as well. That's just another little house, quite a small little cottage there. But yeah, and then we're going to cruise along down here, down these very narrow single track roads as well. So the road textures will get addressed as well before we finish, if anyone's wondering. This is just like a placeholder for right now. And that is a field boundary, I think, that's crept in there. So we'll have to have a look around that one. But yeah, otherwise, it's not all too bad. We will be able to get this all taken care of. We're going to come down to more buildings as well that we've put in. This is creeping onto the edge of the farm, as you can see over there. Now, this is an old farmstead, really. A bit of a derelict, rundown building, some of them. Some of them look like they could still do a job, and probably do still do a job. But as we come into here, I am toying with the idea of making this perhaps a little bit more of a placeable. So you could remove these and have a little farmyard area of your own. There's a house up there, of course. But yeah, there's an old building. That is not a cattle building as it stands right now. It is not. It is just a regular decorative building. Because a few reasons, we've got plenty of them already. There's loads of cattle sheds on this farm. But also just a bit tricky and a bit tight to get into. So I might make that, and then this old rundown building here a bit of a placeable, so you can remove them and use this area for whatever you would like. This was a silage pit, or is a silage pit, and plenty of grassland out the back of it to work into as well. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, we might look into that one, maybe change it up there. I'm not 100% sure, but it's always nice to have that option anyway. And then around the corner we come. And then that's just the private entrance up into the house. More fields that have been mapped in around there as well. It's all been looking good. Coming down single track road into the edge of the farm building here as well. Now the farm shop, you can see, obviously we discussed I think last update that it's going to go in there. I have the plans, I have the model built already as it goes, and that is going to be coming fairly soon. I think the next update you'll see will be specifically focusing on sell points coming into the game as well. So stay tuned for that one, because that could be pretty fun and exciting to get on board with. the house when we haven't touched it. We haven't really done a great deal else around here, I don't think, based off where we left it last time around. But needless to say, we can still come on in and move some livestock into here as well. And then around the corner we come. And once you're parked up, then you can just unload them into your preferred shed here. Triggers will be working on that one, so you can either manually do them or just go ahead and buy them in as well. But yeah, as I was mentioning, somebody was asking around sheds, and you will be able to go in there and remove them as long as you own the farmland, which we do. So when you head on into demolition mode, for example, you can start to get rid of some of these. If you want a little bit more space, of course, you can just get rid of those, get rid of that one. You've got this one here, off it goes. That is another little shed there, so you want to get rid of that too. And then you can really start to clear everything out nice and easily. And that gives you all the space to work on if you want to. These smaller ones will be staying. And I believe this one is going to be staying as well, and as will all of the little decorations there. But you still get all of this space in which to work with and to, you know, to redesign the entire map if you'd want to. But yeah, that is it. And that is really the update for right now. Like I say, next update will be, well, after Christmas there, and it will be featuring the farm shop and hopefully getting that all dialed in and ready to go. If you have any questions, do feel free to leave them down below or any comments, and we'll see what we can do. It is a long way off there. What I would say as well at the moment is, yes, it is going to hopefully become the console. No, I'm not really sure when or how long, or what might change for the demands, but I'm hoping to keep it as similar as possible. If you like this work and you like what we've been doing, and you'd like to support me in my efforts, you can do so by clicking on the links down below. You can buy me a coffee through there, and you can also support by subscribing to the channel, hitting that like button, sharing this video around, and keeping up to date with all of the updates. So until next one, this has been the latest update from Longford Farms, and we will see you all probably after Christmas. So happy Christmas, happy holidays, and we will see you all in the next one. Catch you later.